Arthur, doesn't seem like a better place to start. Kind of seen too many better goals than Juan's in the first half.
Yeah, it was beautiful, wasn't it? That was outstanding. That's different class. And the second one's high level, and then the assist is high level. And top footballer, helps us get the result tonight, and it's massive for him.
I know you've spoken probably, you must feel like ad nauseum about him, but just, I think these are his first goals here at Amy Park in Victory colours. Just how special is this guy, and how much more can you even get out of him?
Well, I'm just really happy that he's scored, because he's hit posts and crossbars. Keepers have made fantastic saves on him, and yes, he's given a great amount of assists. But I've been hoping, deep inside, I'm thinking, come on, you got to score more goals too, because you're worth it and you deserve it. And tonight was beautiful to see that he was able to give an outstanding assist and score 2 amazing goals. And more importantly, does his job within the team to work extremely hard. His voice on the pitch, his quality with his legs, and in the end, he was one of, I don't know how many players we used tonight, but 18, 16, 17 soldiers that were out there that just fought, and that's what I loved.
And obviously Santos, a very nice finish as well, just to round out the game. 5 goals for him now this season.
Yeah, beautiful, great finish, and that's his strength, and he's got to know that that's his strength and do it more often, and that's players knowing what they're really good at, and just, if it's that simple, just keep doing it, don't need to complicate things. And he's someone that, when he gets in behind, he's very dangerous, and it was important that he did that to put them under pressure late in the game as well with fresh legs. And yeah, great pass, great finish.
And how pleased were you, I guess, just the way that, the approach of the team at the start of the game? Because I think you had the first 8 shots on goal, just really battered them. And even though the scoreboard probably didn't reflect the dominance at halftime, you came out again and just went again. Like, you must be really proud of that attitude that your team's got.
Yeah, very proud, because last week that wasn't the case and it cost us. And, we wanted to learn from that mistake. We wanted to improve that. And like you said, in the first half, credit to them, because they come back into a game because they're a quality team. But I think before that, it could be 2 or 3, and it's probably lights out. But it's not, and that's football, and you got to go again. And at half time, we addressed that. We spoke about that. We didn't want to make the same mistake. We wanted to show growth as a team. And I feel we did that. We come out in the first minute, nearly scored, and then, it was important that we scored the next goal, which we did. And throughout the whole game, the most important thing is football can be up and down, chances there and against you, but if you don't fight, you don't give yourself the best chance. And that was the most rewarding thing for me, is that we showed an incredible fight for 90 minutes.
I guess, do you feel like it feels like we've been in this situation a few times this season with the victory, but now 3 games now without a loss. Do you sort of feel like this, with the, we're heading down the home stretch, this could be the platform that really gets you guys going towards the pointy end of the season? Yeah,
we need that. We need that, because the end is near. It's going to come around quick, and although we look at everything game by game, you're also looking at the end of the road too and saying, okay, look, we can't afford to slip up here. We've got to show big club mentality here. We've got to show that, we're a team that's serious about playing finals football and being successful. And today was the first step forward, because we spoke about that during the week. That, from here on in, it's just a final. Every match is a final. So that's 1 down and 8 to go.
When Juan struck that first goal, did you read it off the boot? Did you think it was in right away? And when there was a bit of delay, were you worried VAR might just sneak in and steal it?
Oh, for the foul, yeah. Look, I saw it come off his foot, and the trajectory looked like he was going on target. Obviously, you're waiting for the bounce and see where it finishes, but it came off beautifully. And, he's, in the end, not many players see that, 1, and 2, not many players execute that, and that was outstanding.
Just what else can you say about what he does for his teammates? Because it seems like he just brings guys up a level with him. He makes Santos such a better player because he puts the ball out in front of him, same as other lads. What do you see day to day with him boosting the other guys?
Well, what you see tonight, I see every day. There's no on and off button for him. It's on. From the first day back after a match to the -1 to the match. And this is something I spoke to some of the players about during the week in general conversation. I said, that forget about what he can do with the ball. That's one thing. It's how he does it consistently every day, trains the same way, with the same intent, the same mentality. That, for me, is what makes him world class. And that's something that, if you want to be a serious footballer and have a serious career, you're not going to do that once every now and again. You've got to do that every day. And that's what he shows. He leads the way with that, and the others follow. And in the end, he's also vocal in the change room. He might not be very vocal on the pitch, but in the change room he is. and he wants to win. He's a winner. He knows what winning feels like. He loves the feeling, and he wants the others to win too.
Just, I guess, not to hammer on about him, but like before this season when you recruited one, obviously he had that really tough time with the Wanderers in terms of game time and that. You said from the get-go, and I think he said as well, you saw him as someone who could play a lot. Just how rewarding is this feeling? I know we're not at the pointy end yet that he has delivered. Like, he's more than delivered, I imagine, even compared to what you would have expected after that faith.
Yeah, look, I think that's one for the others, the media and all the outside people to be surprised with. But I can assure you that I wouldn't have signed him if I didn't believe that this is the outcome we'd get from him. That's how it's always been. In my mind, that's what I've envisioned. I've always said that's the piece of the puzzle that this team needed, these group of players needed, to bring the other people to life around him as well. And, he's having a fantastic season. There's a long way to go still. But, for example, players around him like, Nish and Grimmer, Nico, Charles, Keegan. Keegan's had his best season of his career so far with still 8 games to go. And that's important because, one, he's got a role and responsibility for himself to live up to his name and his reputation. And then he's got this responsibility within the team. And then you've got the person behind the footballer. And that's what makes him a really valuable person in our club.
Is it that the way everyone is sort of lifted and is clicking with obviously one as such a winner, something that gives you that faith that if you can put yourself in a position come the pointy end of things, you've got that quality, you've got that winner's edge to maybe do something this club's not done for a while? Yeah,
that's what we want. And, it's been the last few years, I think. It's not just this year. It's been the last few years. We've found it difficult to unlock deep defences or unlock matches at crucial times. And that's the key with him. We knew he can do that. And that's not easy to do. And only certain players can do that. And that's the most valuable part and why we needed that and why we needed him. And that's what he's showing, what we believed in. We've got massive belief in him. And in the end, he's doing his job as best as he can. He's working really hard for the team. And that's the most important part, that you've got quality, but you've got, everything else that comes with it. And that's what keeps the team grounded, everyone around him grounded, and we just continue to work hard.
You guys come out with a clean slate on the injury front tonight?
Yes, yeah, just Charles come off with cramps and everyone else just come off with just fatigue because it's a derby and it's a different tempo out there. I think you would have felt that, and I hope all the people at home watching this game on TV saw that it was a fantastic advert for the game. Fantastic crowd. Our crowd was amazing again. And to be able to get the 3 points for everyone and everyone that turned up and everyone that watched at home is fantastic.
Perfect. Thanks very much.